What's up, YouTube? What's up, Discord? Stock Whisperer, throwback. Golden Nugget for Monday will be ticker Monday, MNDY. First, I'm going to talk about Trade Desk, and then I'm going to talk about Monday. So you'll have to stay watching the video if you want to learn about that play, which should net you returns very similar to Trade Desk and all the other stocks I provided in the last 2 weeks. So, that's just a throwback. Shout out to anybody who's been with me for a while. This is the profits on the day for Trade Desk. Because it's showing that they're 1 penny. They're not. It has to be something. I'm telling you right now that these are zero. So once these go to zero, this will be 100%. I'm gonna be make $700. Discord is $20 a month for non-premium, 70 for premium. So that would have paid for 10 months of premium, or years of standard if you were in the Discord. 35 months, so it paid for literally nearly 3 years of Discord. Basically, I would call that free because that's found money. That was the risk on this was 3% to 4% that it was going to go against you. And Monday is going to be similar, so we're going to talk about that. But I mean, guys, the tickers that I provided over the last 2 weeks were Reddit earnings, 100% returns. Starbucks earnings, 100% returns. Webull wasn't an earnings play. It was just, it's so volatile. Pure profit there, 100% returns. Palantir, 100% gain, I should say. Palantir, 100%. Upstart, 100%. Webull again, 3 days ago, 4 days ago. AppLovin, that was yesterday's overnight. And then Trade Desk today. Monday will be Monday, but please get in Discord. Do yourself a favor because it's getting ridiculous at this point. You guys you're just missing out. It's that simple. And then just to prove, right, the Trade Desk. This is the live options chain. We'll go all strikes. Like it pumped. We sold calls, but it was for a reason. Sold puts because we knew it was going to be going up here. Right? Here's the chart. Here's the chart. 125 gap down, 85, go all the way to 43. Been in an uptrend, and earnings was yesterday. This was the uptrend. You didn't see this, and this is where we opened. And Monday or next week, it's probably going up to the 200 EMA. The trajectory is like a vertical skyrocket. Would I gamble on this? Not really. But I mean, you can see right here, 85 and 85, that's going to be like a double top. Once it hits 85, you could probably sell some puts down at 60 and sell some puts up at around 112, and you'll do okay. You'll probably make money on both ends. So let's move on to ticker MMDY. But congrats to the people in the Discord. I know I had another member who made $3,000 there. So congrats to him. Monday, I've got the chart loaded up here from my other screen. Let's load up the options chain. Let's go all strikes. And then, this is free for you guys on my YouTube, but I'm not going to be continuing this very much longer. I'm going to be maybe doing one a week, and the rest you will need to come into my Discord to get that information. So here's the Monday ticker. Okay, this is a cloud stock right now, cloud services. It's very manipulated, and the reason I say that is the earnings have beat 100% of the time for every earnings. They haven't missed. So the stock like IPO'd or whatever, or went public, I should say, in 2022. That was here, went up to $450, but this is about 400 right here, which, I mean, these were just a quick burst and it immediately dropped, right? Quick burst, immediately dropped, same day. So just in the same day, like pump and dump, right? 400 was basically the real all-time high, I would say. This is an anomaly. But your kind of true the point where it was like really bulls versus bears was 360 to 380. Okay. And it gave that up. And as you can see, it had a real bad time for the better part of it, half a year, a year. It's been in a complete uptrend since then, and it does look to be headed towards anywhere from $300 to $340 on Monday. So after the earnings, which is in the pre-market, it's probably going to trade in this range Monday, probably. Now, I'm not buying calls and I'm not selling puts. Selling puts would be bullish and buying calls would be bullish. I'm not doing either of those things because there's a very real possibility, since we're at 275, that it begins a new downtrend, right? That it's sort of run out of steam and then begins a new downtrend, right? Like kind of like, right? Or hits 300 and then dumps, right? There's a few ways this could play out, but if you go back, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, it basically hit 4 times at 303. It's in an exact channel right now. It's headed for this channel on the top end, which would be 303. It's not in this channel, sorry, but this is the channel that's over and above it. Okay, the current channel is here, but 303 would be like another, it would be hitting it again, this sort of weird zone where it's gravitating to. Okay, now the top end, the middle end of that channel is 325, and then the top end is 345, which lines up with the other sort of peaks, like the actual peak right here. And then you go back here, another zone right here, which was previous support, which is now resistance, and then blasted through here. But you can see right here, it touched and then it went back up. Touched, went back up. Touched, went back up. Touched, broke. Right? So it's just zones of, confluence, I guess would be the word. It's just zones of confluence, or an attraction to that. These are just computer programs at the end of the day, guys. It's been programmed to be around 303, 345, and then, or go lower. Plain and simple. Here is another zone right here, right? That's why I have this highlighted, right? You have 220, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You have 15 touch points at the 220 strike, right? So, what I've been doing, again, is I've been doing extremely low risk option selling. I've been calling this a seller's market, right? You have to know when to be a buyer and then know when to be a seller. And I think right now we're just in that best to be a seller zone. Best to have other people pay us for our option contracts than to pay them and hope it works out, right? So if you look here, right, since we're selling calls, I've decided selling calls. I'm not going to bother with the puts. You could do both. You could sell puts at low, right? You could go and sell 200 puts and make $65 a strike. If it goes down, I don't want to be forced to buy Monday ink. Like I just don't want to own it. 350 and 360 calls are what I targeted, and I'll show you that real quick. I did have 340, but I got rid of them, and I had 330, and I got rid of those too. I don't want those either. It's just too. I don't want to be in that zone, right? So we've got 4, and we're probably going to go to 6. I think that's quite a bit of money. I mean, that puts you on the hook for a lot of money. But if you look here, and then you can see there's a lot of interest at this strike, right? The most action on this chain for the call side is 300. So there's a very real chance it goes to 300. There's a lot of money on there. 1,008 contracts, right? That represents 100,000 shares at $300, right? And then you could see, like, at the money, 300, and then it's, it kind of dies down from there. 310, eventually to pretty much nothing, right? And then on the put side, you got a ton of people at 200, which I was saying, so they wanted to go low, but also 260. Right? It just goes basically from 260, kind of 240, but not really, straight shot down to 200. Like, I don't want anything to do with the short side on this. I don't think the bonus of selling puts rather than calls right now is that you are getting a premium for most of them, right? Like if you sold 240, today alone, it's up 31%. So you're getting quite a bit more money, but 240 divide 275 is only a 13% drop. So if the stock has its first earnings where it misses, because it's for 100% of the earnings have played out. If it has its first one that it misses, I mean, it's going down double digits for sure, right? So I don't want to be a part of that. And what's the in the money probability on that one? It's saying it's only a 2% chance. I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. But on the call side, respectively, 360. Or so did we say we're at 350 and 360? 360 is a 0.7% chance in the money, and a 350 is 1.4% chance. So you have to remember, this is the goal of what we're doing here. Is there's a few goals. I want my members, the people that are following this channel, to make $400 to $1,000 every day. So we want to be able to close this. We don't want to have to hold it. If the stock goes up, we might be forced to hold it for a day or two, possibly until Friday. So that would suck, but there's really no other place. I scoured and scoured. There's nothing tonight. There's only Hawaiian Electric. It's a $10 stock, and it's not going to do anything. And then Monday morning, there's just this. Out of everything that's on Monday, it's just this. And then Monday evening, it's not looking good either. So we're going to have to look to Tuesday pre-market. So hopefully this goes down. If it just trades sideways or goes down, we'll be able to close this Monday, and you'll get that approximately $400. If you target 350 strikes, 360 only pays 75. So again, you'd have to sell 4, 5, or 6 contracts to get there, but it's going to be within that target. And it pays well with an extremely low chance to actually go there, right? The 340 is a 2.67. And I told you I had 330s and I closed them. It's only saying 5% chance. That's virtually no chance. I don't even want a 5% risk, because it fell in that channel, right? And the triple top zone, or double top, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That was 345. This was 325, and this was 303, right? So 330 barely puts you above this median. I don't want to be. I don't want to be forced to buy by selling puts, and I don't want to be forced to chase calls and having to buy stock to get the shares called away. Again, we're just going with the most extremely low risk. We're in over here, right? Well, let's get rid of this. Right, we are here. Stock is here. Stock has to go like this in a matter of 5 days. So it's to go like that by Monday or by Friday. I mean, it can, but it's in a matter of 5 days. I think that would be a difficult task to pull. They're going to need an insanely crazy surprise to pull that off, right? And then as you can see, there's almost no volume here either for open interest. 350 and 360, 300 versus thousands below it, and then it just falls off a cliff after 380 because there's no money in it. But right now, hell, even if you just sold one contract, guys, at 350 strike for $1.25, that's 6 months of Discord for one call that you have to hold for next week, and with a 1.4% chance that the play is going to go against you. So if you roll the dice 100 times, one time you're going to lose. It's like Endgame, right? Where he's like, I looked at a million possibilities. there's only one, right? Like, you know, if that goes against us, so be it. It was meant to be, right? But safe to say that is going to be your free money play for Monday. That's what I'm offering you guys. Join the Discord. The link will be in the description. It'll be in the comments. If you type upgrade chat, free from it all, upgrade.chat/free from it all exclusive. It'll take you here. You'll sign up for monthly or premium. Sorry, not premium. We're gonna be doing. I should change this color. We're gonna be doing a weekend class this weekend too. So it's like class get together, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be like 2 to 3 hours probably, where basically I'm just answering all your questions, showing you charting. You can bounce ideas off me, whatever. If that's of value to you, by all means, show up. It gives you access to every other one we've done, and opens up my DMs, right? So if you like have a question for me, you get premium response, like priority response rather. So like I'm making sure that because it goes right to my phone. I always have my phone. There's almost never a time where I don't have my phone. So you'll be getting priority access to me. If you need me to run, or if you need to bounce something off me, I'm there to answer your questions. So if you missed out on the trade desk, I guess you should have been in the Discord, right? I did. One second here, because I can't remember if I showed it in the video. Here we go. So I did let everybody know what I was doing in the Discord, as I mentioned multiple times in these videos. As you can see, so this is an unedited comment. There's no edits here. Yesterday at 9:15. This is what I sold. The play was freely provided. No one else had to do any work of their own. I recommend you always do your own due diligence, right? And then, I highlighted the strikes. What I thought was the absolute safest way to make money here. You could have made 10 times this by selling at the money puts. At the money puts yesterday, 58 strike paid $5 each. I could have, instead of making 700, I could have, and I sold 24 contracts, 8, 16, 24. I could have sold 24 contracts, which were $5 each per share, right? I could have made $12,000. But the risk far outweighed the reward to me. I don't want to even lose $1, and I don't want to have to own stock. I want to be cash at the end of the day, if possible, so that we can do this each and every day. So, and that's what I want for you guys as well. I want you to be able to day trade these things, take the money and run, is what I'm calling it. So it was in the Discord, YouTube. That's why you sign up for a Discord, from a guy who devotes his time and day to trading stocks and helping people make money. And then, we can see that there is other people in these plays making money. Where is he? I don't even know what. Here we go. Here's Jog's winnings yesterday. He made 3,000. Okay, on app 11, as you can see over here. Proof is in the pudding, guys. Please join the Discord one last time and like, comment, and subscribe. And if you made any money on any of these plays that I mentioned, I would also appreciate it if you drop the comment. Monday, we will also have another gold nugget play. I'm going to reserve that for the Discord. And then I'll probably come back on Tuesday, provide you guys something. Wednesday, just the Discord. Thursday, I'll give you one more. Friday, just the Discord. And then maybe the following week, maybe I'm only going to provide 1 or 2 on YouTube. Because I showed in my last video, right? I don't do these videos for me or for profit. My whole monthly revenue from YouTube is going to be, from videos, is going to be under $21. But with like with like 2,000 hours of watch time, so that's like how many hours people watched. And the time that I put in, like some of the videos, one was an hour and a half, one was 51 minutes. Like I'm slave labor people are like pointing at me and laughing, being like, "Look at this guy, he's working for 8 cents." Um, you can also join the YouTube channel. Like you go on TikTok and they send people roses and they send people shit. If you just enjoy the content, um, by all means, please sign up for my absolute base level membership on YouTube. Just click like subscribe, not subscribe, but it's like membership. I don't know what the hell the button is. It's there. It's $1.99 Canadian. I think that translates to literally $1 US at this point. Maybe $1.25 or something like that. So I would appreciate that, guys. Even if you're already in the Discord as well, I would appreciate it if you support my channel, because you're getting this kind of content on my channel. You're not really getting this content in the Discord. You're getting it in the, you know, posts form. You're not getting video format. I would appreciate it if you guys just add that one extra buck, so that it'll help give my channel a bit of a boost in visibility. Maybe we can draw in some better members, like not better members, more members to make the Discord better. Because I genuinely feel like more traders is better for our group, right? More eyes on plays, more eyes on the news and the alerts and the callouts, more brain power to discuss the market volatility and everything like that, right? More is definitely better in this case, as long as it is quality people. And I think the people that watch this channel get me, and I think they are quality people. So thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend free.